On the roll here from the left, here comes Charlie Schwenker with the 2-seat extra 300. Smoke is on, the throttle is up, and away we go. Charlie's going to climb out here, get a little bit of altitude before he starts his routine. And in just a moment, the Raiders are going to shut down their engines. You know, Charlie Schwenker started flying sailplanes back in 1975. Here we go. And he's got all kinds of time in sailplanes and power planes. Coming in from the left. Here comes Charlie Schwenker. Throttle is all the way up. There's the pull. Rolls the airplane around on that vertical upline. We're waiting for the airspeed to bleed off. Look for the rudder kick. There it is. This is called the hammerhead stall turn. Ladies and gentlemen, the Raiders can hear you now. How about a big round of applause for the Raiders? Meanwhile, there's Charlie Schwenker going across Airshow Center into an aileron roll. Coming back up and around, he's hanging by the belts right there. Here's the rollout. That's a half Cuban eighth. A very popular turnaround. Whoa, he rolls over to inverted. And right now, Charlie is hanging by the belts, all that blood going to his brain. There's a roll on the way up. This is called a reverse Cuban 8. It starts high and ends low, and regular Cuban 8 starts low and ends high. Back onto the vertical again. That's about 4G pull. He's weightless right at the top. Kicks the controls hard for a snap roll at the top. Comes back around. It's an inside loop with a snap roll on the top. It is called an avalanche. On the roll again, he pulls back up and pulls over the top. This is called a Humpty Bump. And he's going to roll it on the way down, too. Look at that. Here's an interesting move. Watch this one. Count with 1, 2, 3, 4 point of a hesitation roll. Does it again, just in case you missed it the first time out. This next move is pretty cool. Watch this. Onto the vertical there. He's going to wait for the airspeed to bleed off just a skosh. Pushes over the top. It's called a shark's tooth. Whoa, inside snap roll on the way down. There's one more just for the fun of it. His next maneuver he calls the corkscrew. Rolls the airplane around there. It's going to bring the airplane back around here towards Airshow Center. Now this is all about energy management, everybody. When you're climbing out, you're losing airspeed, but you're gaining energy, stored energy. And what you can do is when you come down, you're turning that altitude into an extra airspeed. Here's the corkscrew. Rolls it one way, hesitates, rolls it the other way, quarter rolls, three-quarter rolls. It happens just so fast in this airplane. It is capable of rolling 400 degrees per second. That's more than one time around each second. It's about 1 1/4 roll per second. Whoa, watch this maneuver. He's tightening it up. Here comes another one of those half-Cuban turnarounds. It's actually 5/8 of a loop. There's the rollout of it. Was invented back in 1933, inside snap roll there, by Len Povey. Called it the Cuban 8 because, well, he was working for the Cuban Air Force at the time. Here's 2. Here's 3. There's 4 hanging by the belts. All that blood going to his head. Side 5, 6, 7, and number 8. It's called the octagonal loop, also known as the stop sign in the sky. Pulls it back around here. Looks like it's going to be another half cube and 8. Watch this. It's called the washing machine. The roll rate's going to speed up as he continues along, just like the spin cycle on a washing machine. Oh, he's going to do a couple of rolls on the upline that time. He's going to pull it through into a reverse half Cuban. These maneuvers are used as turnarounds because we have a specific airspace here. It's called the box, and you can't fly outside of the box. You can think it, but you can't fly it. Back onto the vertical again. He calls this the sideways hammerhead. Neat thing about that maneuver is one moment you're looking at the sky, and the next moment you're looking at the ground. He's going to reposition the airplane around. You know he's having a good time. By the way, this airplane is also a two-seater. So for those of you who would like to enjoy the ultimate roller coaster ride, you can sure do it in this airplane. Onto the vertical here. Rolling it on the way up, Charlie Schwenker with his extra 300, about 300 horsepower up in front. Here's the torque roll. It's the torque of the engine, rotating the engine around. The fun part is falling back through your own smoke. And there's the whip stall. Get your cameras and your cameras ready. The camcorders, cameras, your watercolor set. Whoa, inside snap on the way up, 1.5 there. He's going to bring this airplane around for his photo pass. Unless, of course, he wants to play Stump the Announcer and throw in a couple of extra moves there that I'm not ready for. Give it your best, Charlie. I'm ready for you. He's going to dive it down, pick up a little bit of extra speed here. It's a 1,500-pound airplane. Steel tube fuselage, carbon fiber in the wing. Here he is, the photo pass. Pulls it up onto the vertical again. He's going to turn the airplane around. This is how you turn an airplane around in a restricted airspace. Woohoo! Inside snap roll. They call them snap rolls because they happen instantly. What happens is Charlie gets the airplane configured so that only one of the wings is flying. And then what happens is with that one wing that's not flying and the one wing that is flying, you get differential lift. Yeah, it's too much science, isn't it? But it looks good. It rolls the airplane around. Here comes a big slim Charlie Schwenker bringing his airplane around, going to land it. No flaps on his airplane, so you just kick the tail sideways and it slows the airplane down. And here comes Charlie Schwenker in for his landing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Charlie Schwenker. He's going to turn off a little early. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Charlie Schwenker is taxied by, don't forget to wave at him there as he goes by.